Welcome back. Today I'm going to turn this offset winged rice bowl. Martin shared a picture on my website a few weeks ago and I shared it on the follow-up video, and somebody asked me if I would do one so they could see how it was done. In the video, in between the music, there's a couple of key things to making this whole thing come out right, so I did some voiceover there. Let's go ahead and get started. The wood chop is sponsored by I'd never done one of these before, so I did a little test one here. This one's 3x3 and I just dropped one of the wings down there. It's a little hard when they're small like that to get in there and clean everything up, so we're gonna go big. This is 9x9 and 4 inches thick, and I'm gonna use my screwdriver to mount it to the lathe, and we'll turn a foot on the bottom of it and start cutting the wings. I'm going to start by shaping the bottom of the bowl and doing the lower wings. It's important that you have a nice even arc on these lower wings. It's going to make blending in the top ones much easier. I used a felt pen to highlight the bottom arc, and for the top, this is just kind of a reference line. I'm not really going to follow it, but if you cut in too deep on this, the wings will overlap and you won't be able to get them to flow together nicely. Once you get the bottom of the upper wings done, then you can go ahead and cut off some of the lower wings. I'm just going to do one down, so I'm going to cut off 3 of them, but you can do whatever you want. I try and make the cuts as clean as possible. I only have a DA with 100 grit sandpaper on it. Yeah, a little grindy wheel would probably work best to kind of get it shaped first, but it worked out all right. And then just go ahead and sand and finish the entire bottom, and then go ahead and turn it around in the chuck. I'm working on the top of the bowl now, and just try and make the wings the same thickness as the lower wing. And I'm just trying to match up the bowl so it looks like it's coming through the piece, same diameter as the lower part. And just go ahead and clean it out, and then go ahead and cut off one wing just like the lower ones, and go ahead and sand it. Oops, sorry, the camera shut off. Didn't show sand in the bottom of the bowl. I'm working on the chopsticks now. So I'm using one of Cindy Drozda's fine detail gouges, and it has a very fine cutting edge on it. It's not too bad when you're near the headstock and the tailstock as far as chatter goes, but when you get out in the center there, use your hand to put it underneath the tool rest and use your fingers to support the piece so you don't get too much chatter and then have to sand it out afterwards. I'm just going to go ahead and give these just a basic shape and then sand them up. I want to put a little groove in the rim of the bowl to hold the chopsticks. I made another set, a little fancier. I like these better than those other ones. But so I just went ahead and took a straight line and marked from the tips there. Then I went out 1/4 inch here and 1/2 inch on the top. So they're going to sit in there just about like that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and cut a little groove in it, so that the dowel will try and track on that. And then I'm going to take a piece of sandpaper and just wrap it around this little dowel here and sand them. They don't need to be that deep, just enough to keep them from rolling around. Just get a little bit in there, and then I can adjust them to the side a little bit if they need to. But there we go. And again, it's 9 by 9 and about 3.5 inches tall, and the wood is big leaf maple and has some beautiful quilting in it. Just a beautiful piece of wood. Mark brought this up a couple of months ago when he came up to visit. So thank you very much, Mark. And the chopsticks, those are that bark oak that Desmond just sent me. So thank you very much, guys. And like I was saying too, this is the first one I'd done, so the only real issue I had was having to sand these over with the DA and 100 grit. If you had a little grinding wheel, it would make this so much easier. It's just kind of, it's hard to cut them smooth, and you know, it worked out all right. But if you had a little wheel, that would make it a lot easier. And you can dip any of the wings down you want. But it was a fun project. there's really not a whole lot online that I could find on how to make them. I ended up finding a blog where they mentioned to make the 8 wings and then cut them off. So that was that was my clue. I probably should have just messaged Martin and he would have told me how to make it, but live and learn, right? But it was fun, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that up on my Etsy store. I really enjoyed it. And I had a question about the lights that I have on my lathe. They wanted to know why they were pointed up at the ceiling, and it's because they wash the camera out. So when I'm not filming, I have them all pointed down, and so I can see what I'm doing, and especially on the backside here, if I'm working on the backside of something, that's why this one is here for doing stuff like that. But I just, when I'm filming, point it up in the air. But that's the only reason for that. And I have a question for you. I'm thinking about moving the follow-up video to my Q&A channel. Just basically to be a little more, I guess, Q&A. If I have specific questions, I can take some of the footage out of Friday's video and slow it down and explain it a little bit more if I have some questions on it. But I don't know, let me know what you think either way. But I'm thinking about moving it over there. And a lot of people don't even know I have a Q&A channel, so if you don't, the link's right there, and I do. It's on, most of it's on specific stuff, just different tools, parts on the lathe, just different questions. So if I get a question, and it's kind of hard to explain in an email, I just throw up a short video over there and try and explain it. But let me know what you think. If this is your first time here, I have a new project video every Friday. I hope to see you there. And as always, take care.